The present perfect versus the past simple. Let's learn some of the differences between these two tenses. The present perfect and the past simple. An example for a present perfect sentence would be, I have done. An example for a past simple sentence would be, I did. I'd like you to pay attention to 3 points when you're comparing these two tenses. Number 1, does it matter when the activity in the past took place? Or does it matter that it was completed? If you don't care about the time, you use the present perfect tense. For example, you say, he has won the race. What is important for you is that he's the champion. He has won the race. When doesn't matter in this sentence. Or, I have watched that movie. Or, he has finished his homework. The time in these 3 sentences doesn't matter. They all happened in the past. What matters for you is that they have been completed. On the other hand, if you want to mention the specific time for an activity, use the simple past. For example, you say, he won the race last year. Or you say, he finished his homework before he went to bed. In those sentences, you are referring to the time in which the activity took place very specifically, and you use the past simple tense. That was the first point that you have to pay attention to. The second thing that you have to pay attention to is whether or not the activity that started in the past is continuing up to the present moment. For example, if I say a sentence, we have talked for 2 hours so far, that's a present perfect sentence. So in this sentence, we have talked for 2 hours so far, we are using the present perfect tense because we started maybe 2 hours ago and the activity has continued up until now and it's probably still in progress. However, if I just started something in the past and I finished it, I can use the past simple sentence, like, we talked for 2 hours yesterday. We talked for 2 hours yesterday. The third thing that you can pay attention to when you're comparing the two tenses is the different types of adverbs of time that you're using. For the present perfect sentence, you use adverbs of time like already, since, so far, still, up to now, yet, ever, never. You make sentences like, I have already eaten, or I haven't watched that movie yet. Whereas, you use adverbs of time that are different for the past simple. For example, you use things like 2 hours ago, or at 2 o'clock, if 2 o'clock was in the past, and last year, last month, etc. For example, I talked to him 2 hours ago, or I went to that school 3 years ago, or I saw him 3 months ago. So again, if you need to decide between the present perfect and the past simple, ask yourself, do you want to mention the time? Or is the activity still ongoing? If either of those answers is yes, then you use the present perfect. So that was the present perfect versus the past simple.